people, welcome back to PSDynamics channel, and this week we're going to be doing cartwheels. In capoeira, cartwheel is also called an AU, so I will be using this term to refer to some of the movements during this video. Cartwheel is a very useful movement on its own, but it's also very good in connecting a couple of moves together. The best thing about cartwheels is that it's not very difficult to learn to do them. They become much easier once your vestibular system and your hands adjust to the movement. So whether you're a beginner or you tried cartwheels before, this is a place for you. So let's begin. Good luck and don't get too dizzy. First, pick a place with enough space for you to practice your cartwheels. To better understand how to do the cartwheel, the first movement we're going to do is called rolé. Rolé is a simple move to the side that teaches you the mechanics of the cartwheel. So you're going to start with your legs split and your knees bent in a position which is also called a cadeira. When practicing cartwheels, it's good to imagine a line that runs on the side of you, perpendicular to where you're looking. From here, you're going to place one hand on the floor onto that line, and then you're going to place the other hand exactly on that line but a little bit further. Then you're going to step with one leg to the same side and look in between your legs. To complete the movement, you're going to step with the second leg and end up in the same position you were before you started. Please remember that this movement has to be done in one line, but even if you cannot do it in one line, as long as your hands and your legs are in two separate lines, you will be fine. The progression for this movement is called AU pequeno, which is a small cartwheel with your knees bent. Small cartwheel is very similar to rolé. You start with placing one hand on the ground, followed by the other hand, and then instead of just stepping over, you're gonna make a little jump with your legs more in the air than previously. Keep practicing this until you can actually lift your legs in the air while staying on your hands for a split second. However, if you cannot keep your legs in the air, don't worry, just keep practicing this movement with the knees bent until it is as smooth as you can do it. At this point, it is more important to gain control of your foot placement and your hand placement and also your speed before you can progress to the straight leg AU. Now the last exercise for the beginner level is going to be trying to do the full AU with your legs straight. Same as before, you start with one hand on the ground, then the other in the same line, and then you throw straight leg to the side and follow with the other one. Independent of your level, the key to learning the cartwheel is to just practice it. A really good conditioning exercise is to try to do all of these three movements one after another in a straight line. Get enough space, imagine a line, and then start with rolé, then small cartwheel, and then big cartwheel. Do as many as you can until you get tired. Don't forget to do the other side as well. At the intermediate level, you at least need to be able to do AU pequeno, which is a small AU. You're going to be trying to really gain control of your movement. We're going to start with trying to cover as much space as we can by doing a long cartwheel, like so. Keep trying this cartwheel until you can almost jump into your cartwheel. Another good thing to practice is the speed of your cartwheel. Try to do it as slow as you can. Whether it's a small cartwheel or a big one, it doesn't matter. Just try to control it as much as possible. The goal of this exercise is to learn how to stop your cartwheel at any given point in time. The next conditioning exercise for you is going to be attempting a one-handed cartwheel. To do this movement, you need to start at first with the same side hand. So when you're going this way, you're going to use this hand. And then after that, a separate conditioning exercise will be using the opposite hand to the movement. So using this hand, it's going that way. The actual technique for doing the one-handed cartwheel is the same as doing a normal cartwheel, just with one hand. Start in the same position as your normal cartwheel, then place one hand on the floor and don't place the other hand on the floor, and move your legs over to the side, jumping over your body. Don't worry too much about your legs, just focus on the arm placement at the moment. To progress your one-handed cartwheel, think about regulating your speed and where your legs are in the air. So at first you're gonna start a bit lower, using one hand then the other, and then you're gonna move on to being straighter and higher. Don't worry if you don't get it at first, it may take you a couple of tries to get it right, but keep practicing, that's the key. It's also a good idea to try to practice them one after another. So try a normal cartwheel and then one-handed same side and then one-handed the other side. The momentum created during this sequence will help you to do this movement much easier. Just make sure they're all done in one straight line. To learn the next movement, we need a couple of conditioning exercises prior to doing it. To begin with, you're gonna go into a cartwheel position, put one hand on the floor, then the other, and then throw the leg to the other side. You're gonna continue to throw the leg from one side to the other side as long as you can. This exercise will give you the necessary endurance to continue to improve your cartwheel. To further improve the control of your cartwheel, you're going to be doing the following exercise. Same as before, go into the cartwheel position, throw one leg and freeze it in the air, and then try to catch it with the other leg to then move on into doing a full cartwheel. Another conditioning exercise to help you to improve the control of your cartwheel can be transforming one type of cartwheel into another. For example, you start with a small cartwheel, au pequeno, and then midway in the air you transform it into a big cartwheel by straightening your legs. You can also do the opposite. Start with a big cartwheel and halfway transform it into a small by bending your knees. Don't be afraid to experiment and try which one is easier to do for you. Now we're gonna move on to the main movement. So this one should be practiced both by intermediate and advanced group. And this movement is round off. By learning this movement, you can unlock a really important skill which then can be used in your sequences with backflips, front flips and all the other acrobatics. Now to begin doing this movement, you need to remember how to do a cartwheel and stop your legs halfway. So you're gonna start like that, and now in the air you're gonna twist a little bit and bring your legs together and throw them to the ground to create an explosive force to then jump up afterwards. The main idea is that the first leg is being followed by the second to create this momentum to then transfer this into the ground to get the jump. Using this momentum will give you enough force to then transfer this into a next movement. Thank you very much for tuning in this week again. I'm loving all the support on the videos, all the comments, and all the positive feedback you give me. Your support is really important to me and it motivates me to keep doing these videos. I really hope you learned something today. Keep posting comments with suggestions on which movements we should explore next. And also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and follow me for more content. So let's get better together, and I'll see you in the next video.